Hi, Kevon White here, also known as Coach K. Guys, so excited jumping into that first part of our program, that story. Guys, this is the most important part of the program, guys. We really got to dive in. We got to really look at our story. We really look at ourselves, because we got to understand that this is our fuel. This is the base of the program. We really got to dig deep here, guys. And we got to understand that this is the most amazing part of the story, because a lot of times we fail in our journey due to the story that we tell ourselves, right? So we got to change that story that we tell ourselves so that story can become fire for us. Instead of it downing us and bringing us down, that story is going to become that source of inspiration, that source of motivation for us. So we're going to tie down that story and get that story down first so we can blast off into that second part. It's actually three things that the story is going to help you do. One thing is going to help you commit to your journey. Second is going to help you develop a new mindset. And third is going to help you become that best version of yourself. We all know that's what Grind Solo is all about, becoming that best version of yourself. So we're going to do that by diving into those parts of your story. Your story are going to need two different elements. Those two different elements are credibility and vulnerability. If you don't have those two, you really don't have a story. And credibility is really your breakthrough moment, right? That's that moment when you have that, I'm able to do something great. I'm able to give something back to the world now. That's that breakthrough moment. And your vulnerability moment, a lot of people miss this. This is that pit moment. And a lot of people think the pit moment is, when I was going through something, I was feeling really down. But that's not just the pit moment. The pit moment is really a moment of shame, a moment you felt complete shame in your life. Those of you that know my story, I go into my pit moment a little bit, especially when I go into talking about American Ninja Warrior. But my pit moment was really when I was in college and I got arrested. And that shameful point in my life, that's that pit moment. You got to talk about that moment, because if you don't talk about that pit moment, you really just kind of seem like you're bragging, right? And that's what I wanted to do at first. I wanted to talk about all the good things that were going on in my life, but I didn't want to talk about that pit moment. And that pit moment is really that moment where people are like, okay, this person is human. This person actually goes through things. Because if you're not human, nobody really wants to listen to you, right? Because you haven't gone through anything. Nobody really, they don't think you even understand them. You're not relatable at that point. You're just, this person that just went through all these amazing things and now they're just, whoa. No. Okay, you got to talk about the pit moment. You got to talk about those hard things that go in your life, because we realize those hard things are really what make us and give us that fuel for right now. So we have to talk about that pit moment, guys. So the two things that your story need is that credibility and that vulnerability. Your credibility is your breakthrough moment, and your vulnerability is going to be that pit moment, that shameful moment, guys. And we have to talk about that. That is very important. So we talk about the four different parts of story. So you got your call moment, right? That's the call to the journey. That's your hero moment. And that's one of the most important parts of the journey, because that's, of course, we got to have a call into something. That second part is going to be that pit moment, that deep down moment when you're feeling that shame. We talked about it. Then that search moment when you're kind of out there searching in the world, looking for something. That pit got you down, right? So you now here out here searching, want something new, want something greater. And then that last moment is obviously that breakthrough moment when we have that aha moment. What can I give back to the world? What can I give somebody? I'm tired. I got tired of running, and now I'm here, and I'm ready to give something back to the world. So that's that breakthrough moment. Guys, when we talk about that call moment, of course, we talk about that's the important one. That's the call to the journey. We all know, if you heard my story, you heard my call to the journey. It goes like this. Before I was 8 years old, I was mentally, physically, and sexually abused. My grandmother would often look at me and say things like, "I don't know why, but I will never love you." From that point on, I created this belief in my life that I could never be loved and I wasn't worth anything. So I tried to prove that throughout my life, through football, through fitness, through all these good works in my life. That tension caused my dad to put me out in high school. I was homeless in high school. When I was 17 years old, this family came and adopted me. They loved me and they empowered me so much. I actually went on to go play college football. My first year at college, I was a starting running back, doing great things. I was a rookie of the year captain. I was voted a captain my sophomore year. I had a 3.9 GPA. So that's my call moment, right? Talk about my call to the journey. And notice when I talk about that call, it's in the present tense, right? I put you in that story, right? I say, my grandmother often looked at me and said, "I don't know why, but I don't never think I could love you. Right? So I put you in that moment. So almost like you're in that moment. So we got to have that call moment and we got to have it in the present tense. So our someone we're speaking to, they can feel it, right? They can feel us in that moment, and we can feel ourselves in that moment, because we got to take ourselves back to that moment also.